right. Hey everybody, how's it going? We are live. So this is Friday 15 at 2:15. This is a new series that we're going to start here. So I want to welcome you to that. I'm Ranger Eric here at Seed. At Seed headquarters. We're pretty snowed in at the moment. So as we're sitting here watching it snow outside, and what am I thinking about? I'm thinking about spring and summer. I'm starting to plan out my gardens now. And frankly, that just warms me up inside, thinking about the heat and the spring and watching everything grow. And as you know, I always grow everything with our wildlife in mind. So not only am I planning out the gardens, but I'm planning out the gardens for our local wildlife as well. And I know I'm not the only person that's thinking about our gardens, because my buddy Cassius drew this for me. Check this out. This is truly remarkable. And this just really just warms my heart. Look at these incredible sketches from Cassius. And I think he's like 8 or 9 years old, and he's already able to draw like this. And I just love having little nature buddies like this, because I just see stuff like this, and I'm just like, wow. You know, look at the details that he's looking at, and mimicking and drawing and stuff. And this kid's going to learn more about birds by redrawing them like that. And these are all the different types of hummingbirds on the bird book that he was looking at. So, anyways, just really amazing stuff. So I'm already starting to plan out the gardens. I like to plan. Everyone's like, watch out for the deer. Yeah, we'll watch out for the deer. But I actually try to overplant my gardens just a bit, because I like to take into account that there are wildlife out here, and some of it will be eaten. And that's just a matter of, if you set your expectations like that, then you're not so devastated or disappointed when you see a bunch of tomatoes nibbled or something like that. It's like, it's okay. I planted them extra just for you. So that way you're not stressed about it. But yeah, so we'll definitely be looking out for the gardens for major, harvesting from deer or something like that. But as far as the birds and other stuff like that, sure, take a nibble. So the other thing I'm starting to plan out for the garden is, what about for the wildlife? Where am I going to put out some bird boxes? And this year we're going to be putting up several screech owl boxes here on the property, and we'd like to support our screech owls more. I'm going to put up a few more bluebird boxes, but also these little bird boxes are great, depending on where you put them, are great for wrens and tufted titmice and other birds like that live here. So we're gonna put up a bunch of these around here. These are real simple and easy to make. I'm not going to go into that today, though, because I really want to talk to you guys about our friend the bats. And I'm really worried about our bat friends around here. So part of the garden that we're making out here is for the bugs. We're going to put in pollinator gardens. We really want to support our bugs, because that is what's feeding our bats. And bugs are down countrywide by as much as 70%, which is really alarming. I remember taking road trips. I've driven across this great nation 9 times, and I love visiting national parks and stuff like that along the way. And I remember when I was young and doing some of these road trips, I would always have to stop the car and wash the windshield because of all the bugs that are on my windshield. And then just 2 years ago, I took a I drove out to Colorado to visit family, and I don't think I had to wash the windshield once because of bugs. So it's really remarkable how many bugs are missing from the environment. So if we want to support our bat friends, then we need to think about the garden plantings for them, as well as putting up some homes for the bats. And I have two styles of bat houses that I'm going to show you today. Of course, bat boxes have the opening on the bottom. So this is a tall, narrow bat box, and this would be suitable for putting on a tree, for instance. But if I made it this way, with the opening on the bottom, over here, meaning this would be closed up and the opening would be on the bottom, then it would be kind of short and wide, and this would be a suitable design for putting on the side of a barn or a building. So you have to think about where you're going to put the bat box first, and then build the box for that location. All right, I see some people joining in. Thank you. Hey, how you guys doing? Oh, that's Melissa and Barbara. Hey, so thanks for joining in. Talking about bats today. So on this cold, snowy day, I even got some snowflakes whizzing around the studio here. Okay, so bat boxes are really easy. With this orientation, it's just one solid piece on the back, one solid piece on the front, and then you just need I like 1.5 inch spacers for them, and that creates a nice snug fit, a nice little pocket for these bats to get up in. And why do we even have to do this? That's because we've cut down so many of our dead trees. And yes, dead trees are an important part of our ecosystem here. Lots of animals use dead wood, including some wasps. If you've ever heard of a horntail that has a predatory wasp after that, that's called a ichneumon wasp. That all that drama plays out on a dead tree trunk. The reason we have to put up screech owl boxes, screech owls are also cavity nesters, as are the chickadees and titmice and wrens and bluebirds. Believe it or not, bluebirds nest, the majority of the population of bluebirds nest in human-made bird boxes, so it's important to think about them, and they're depending on us to make them and put them up. But this design here, this is for a wide bat house, so it's not going to be very tall, but it's going to be wide, and that'll be suitable for the side of a building, like for instance your barn or your house. And so once again, I took just one big straight board like that and sliced it in half to come up with this design. All right, and in this case, I think the bottom is going to be here, pointing towards you. Then you just need some simple spacers to place on here. Okay, see how I'm doing that? So these two side pieces and the top piece give a little slight gap up here for the top for heat and airflow to vent out. And then I have two other boards that I'm just going to place on top of that. And voila. I could even do another little board here, but I'm not going to worry about it. And then I screw it all together. And if I can grab it all, let's see if I drop it or not. All right, so there we go. So this is our big wide bat box. Look at it there. That's going to hold a good 50 to 100 bats that live around here. And then for placement, you're going to want to put this on the side of the house that is sunniest. So I like to say wherever it's going to be in sunlight from roughly noon to sunset in the summer, that's where you want to put it. Bats like it nice and toasty warm. And if you put it in shade or something like that, they're probably not going to use it. So half of it is building a bat box. The other half is finding a good spot to place it. And that's going to help support our batty friends. So did you guys have any questions about bat boxes? Oh, hey, Melissa, did you want to come on? On, Melissa. Maybe she's not going to join. She's like, no, I didn't mean to hit that. So yeah, type in your questions about bats or bat boxes. Historically, I think we have, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're supposed to have 7 different species of bats here on Long Island. But like I say, our bat friends are just not doing well. I got this fun little device that helps translate the ultrasound into a species specific suggestion. Like I'm listening to this, I analyze it, and I think it's a red bat or something like that. And I've only been able to listen in on three different species of bats on Long Island. It's a possibility of a 4th, but anyway, we got to do more to support our little bat friends. And so yeah, you can put bat boxes on a tree or on a house, but like I say, sunlight is a factor. So we have a very tall tree here on the site that I'm thinking of for a bat box, and it is a pine tree. And pine trees do this fascinating thing where they auto prune their branches. So the big main tree trunk is just bare of branches, and it did that naturally. And I think I could find a spot up pretty high, about 25 or 30 feet up, that I could attach it to the tree, and it would be in perfect southern exposure or west facing exposure, so that it gets sun right up until sunset. And I'm pretty sure if we have bats around, that they're going to want to use that little spot right there. All right, so I hope you guys like our new little series here of nature notes. You know, our Friday 15 at 2:15. So we're going to do this every week. I don't know if it's going to be me every week, but somebody from Seed is going to come on and just have fun, just bring some levity to Instagram, and maybe you'll learn something too. Maybe it'll just be some cool little find or facts we want to talk about. So today I wanted to just show you what I was planning for the spring and summer for our gardens and our animals. And I'd love to hear what you guys have planned as well. And hopefully we'll see you next week at 2:15 on Friday for our Friday 15. Thanks again. So again, I'm Ranger Eric, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.